Hey guys, so this next workout is formatted to where you do a certain movement and you can either follow along with me or you could count at your own, go at your own pace. But essentially, most movements are 25. So an example would be 25 bicep curls, and then we'll stop the timer. However long it took to do 25 bicep curls is how long we hold the bicep curl ISO. So we're working with movement plus holds. You could totally follow along with me and just go at my own pace, which means I'm not gonna go super fast because that means it's a little longer of a hold. But if you wanna kind of go at your own pace, feel free. Minimal equipment required. And at the very end, there is a bonus section if you have a resistance band at home. There's 3 resistance band movements that I would like to do, and those numbers are gonna be a little bit more. They're gonna be 50 reps, and I'll kind of go over that. But yeah, a band with some sort of anchor point would be helpful, whether it's high or like chest height. Okay, so we'll start off with just a little warm up here. We're just gonna do some squats, nice deep breaths. Okay, and we'll do some lunges. 90 degrees, we're gonna do all of these today, but more explosive versions. So we just wanna get the blood moving here. Okay. I'm gonna say it again. Front leg, this is your support system. Here is your tibia and your fibula. So make sure you drive with your heel rather than the ball of your foot. If I push up with the ball of my foot, then it's gonna go directly into my knee. So just try to have the tension right on the heel on those lunges, shooting for right angles. All right, next movement, some jumping jacks. Okay, and then some shoulder circles. Going one way, we are gonna do a fair amount of upper body today. Oh yeah, by the way, this workout does not have much core, and then we're gonna rotate. So actually there's 2 core exercises, but it's more upper body, lower body heavy. All right, so we are going to get started. First movement is a plank with hip dips. I'm gonna time myself. It is 25 per side, so 50 movements, 25 on each side. However long it takes me to complete that, or however long it takes us to complete it, is how long we're gonna hold just a regular plank ISO for, all right? So, that being said, your hips don't need to touch the ground on this one. Just keep that belly button pulled in, nice straight back here, okay? So ready, and here we go. Okay, 25, that took me 45 seconds. So we're gonna get right into it, 45-second plank ISO. Here we go. Belly button pulled in on this one. It's helpful to push those inner thighs together and flex the glutes. If you need to drop down to your knees on this, that's fine as well. And we want to make sure that we don't go too high or too low with our shoulder blades. You want nice, flat scapula. So push the shoulder blades down and back. We have 10 seconds left. That's time. Woo, all right. Excuse me. Next movement is gonna be bicep curls. So we're gonna go 25 with the ISO for however long it takes you to complete it. And when you're doing the ISO, I recommend holding hammer grip rather than open grip. That has a lot of pressure on the wrist. This is a little bit more of that neutral grip. All right, so 25 reps. Timer is going. Shoulders down and back. So on your actual curl, you could rotate the wrists if you'd like. Just like that. 10. Make sure you're breathing. Belly button's pulled in, butt's flexed, strong core. I'm gonna do one more just because I'm not positive about my count. So 25. Okay, and that took me a minute and 4 seconds. So we're gonna hold the ISO for a minute and 4. Ready and go. 90 degrees with those arms, shoulders down and back. Flex the biceps, keep the core engaged. Just hanging out here. Woo! I'm feeling the burn. It's weird doing this with no music. Pardon the breathing. Okay. Waiting for my watch to buzz. It's coming up. Woo. Come on, watch. There it is. Okay, so now that was a minute, so we're gonna hold for 4, 3, 2, boom. Nice, biceps are officially done. Next movement is squat jumps. You don't need to go super deep on it. I just don't want, I want to keep form over everything. So if you feel like you can't go really low with correct form, then just shorten how low you're going. We want to try and make sure that back is nice and straight, nice and angled on your squat. Knees don't pass the toes. And make sure that chin is tucked so you're keeping postural alignment. All right? So it's 25 of these, holding for the ISO. This one's gonna go by quick. Ready, and go. Woo! That was 33 seconds. Okay, I'm super sore, so I might need to get out of my squat ISO a little bit, but for you at home, try to hang out there. For 33 seconds, we can do this. Okay, 33, here we go. Nice and low in that squat ISO. First thing that happens when someone gets tired is the shoulders will start to round. They do this. Try to keep those shoulders down and back, belly button in. I used to coach basketball, and we did a lot of squat ISOs and wall sits. And it's really important to keep a nice, strong spine. We have 3, 2, 1, boom. Woo, okay. Next movement is gonna be side planks. So this is gonna be a side plank with hip raises for 25. On that 25th, I'll look at my watch, start the timer, hold the ISO on that side, okay? So, on your side plank, you wanna make sure this is the area you wanna really think about getting that shoulder down and back. So nice strong posture, laying on your side. The easier version is your base knee is touching the ground, or the harder version is you're up on both feet. So I'm gonna do the harder version and we're gonna go 25. So ready and go. Okay, that took 28 seconds, but I'm gonna round it up. Just do it even 30. Okay, belly button pulled in, hips high. If this is killing your shoulder, then stop, rest, try it again. If it's still hurting, then we'll switch to the other side. Okay, 30-second ISO, here we go. Core strong. That base hip is working really hard, so flex your glutes, draw that belly button in. Truly, I feel like a broken record. I say the same stuff, same things all the time, but it's true. It's important. 5. Got it. Your shoulder is working, so it's okay if you feel it there a little bit, but you don't want any sharp stabby pains. It should all be burned. Okay, other side. All right. 25, and here we go. Woo. Okay, that took 27 seconds. We're gonna round it up to 30. Side plank ISO, 30 seconds. Here we go. There it is. All right. Next movement with a band. If you have a band for band pull aparts, and I'm just gonna check this real quick. Okay, so band pull aparts. We're gonna go to 50 on this one. So anything with a band is 50. So we're gonna go under grip first. So holding on to it in that position. Shoulders down and back. That's extension here. We want a little hyperextension. It's okay to go a little bit beyond the shoulders. You don't want to be over the top, but yeah, a little hyperextension is okay. So it's for 50 for time, and then we're gonna hold that ISO. Then we're gonna do the same thing with an over grip. If you feel it in your cervical spine or your traps are really, really firing, then you can lower your hands. That'll take the traps a little bit more out of the equation. The traps are shortening on this movement, so it's okay to feel it there, but if it's too much, just go lower. Okay, timer is going. Really think about the posture muscles. Shoulders down and back, no shrugging. Oh man, I'm the worst at counting, apparently. I think that's 50. Okay, that took me 45 seconds. So for 45 seconds, we're gonna hold ISO. Here we go, timer's going. Core engaged, belly button pulled in, shoulders down and back, no shrugging. So you wanna have a big open chest. Sometimes when people get their shoulders down and back and they flatten their shoulder blades, this can happen, which we don't want to overextend in the rib cage. So that's where keeping your belly button pulled in, tucking the hips is really helpful. So we have 15 more seconds here. And that's time. Okay, quick little shakeout. We're gonna do the same thing. This time over grip. So I'm holding onto the band this way so knuckles are up. All right, so for 50, and here we go. Woo, burning. Man, I'm halfway, 25. Feeling those shoulders working, posterior deltoid. Whew, 15 left. Man, that fire is real. Boom, okay. That took me a little longer. Let's see, that took me 55 seconds. Sorry, I was having to do math. Okay, so 55 seconds. I'm gonna round it up. We're gonna do a minute. Okay, ready and go. Holding the ISO. If this is too easy for you, then you choke up. And the closer your hands are, the more resistance you're gonna face. If it's too hard, you go really wide, like I am. All right. Oh goodness, I forgot to hit my timer. All right, we're gonna go for 30 more seconds here. Goodness, I'm sweaty, so it didn't register my finger pushing on the 30-minute button. So, anyways. Man alive. This is a tough one. If you think about it, everything that we do, or more often than not, everything we do is in front of us. So what this is doing is it's working the posterior chain, so all those back muscles. How often are you like doing anything backwards? So it's really good to focus on these muscles. That's time. Okay. This is where things get challenging, all right? So if you need a drink of water, feel free to get a drink of water. We are going to do lunge hops. So it's 25 per leg on this one. And if you are at home and you need a little extra assistance, you can always grab 2 brooms or something at home, 2 dowels if you have them, and you can use these kind of as a support. So when you're doing your motion, you can use these to kind of get a little lift off, but ideally both feet are coming up off of the ground. So this one, I'm gonna have the timer going continuously. 25 lunge hops. You don't need to jump high, tiny little hop. 25 on one side, 25 on one side, and then that's gonna be for time for a squat ISO. Okay, that first leg 90 degrees. Ready? And go. Starting to burn. Okay, no rest. Switching legs. Here we go. Woo! Oh, man, legs are shaky. Nice. So on that, on that I recommend putting a pillow on the ground or something to keep you accountable to your lunge depth. It's easy on this one to just do little tiny motions. Of course, something's better than nothing, but ideally your back knee is touching the ground, if not close to it. So it's a minute and 10 seconds in either a wall sit or a squat iso. I'll probably have to come out of my iso a couple times. Okay, here we go, minute 10. And here we go. Nice strong core, shoulders down and back. Doing great, guys. Doing great. Oi. We're looking at 30 seconds here, 30. I just did what I said I shouldn't do. Try not to touch your knees. Woo. Feeling it, man. 20 seconds. Definitely feel like I'm a little dehydrated. I need more water. I can tell. These things are burning quicker than they normally do. When it's hot like this too, it's really important to stay on top of the water. Time. Okay. This next one, super tough. I'm gonna do the easier version just because I'm feeling it right now. But form over everything. So if you feel like you can't do this on your feet with correct form, then it's okay to drop down to your knees, okay? So we're gonna do push-ups for 25. I'll explain the ISO once we get there, okay? 25 push-ups. Real quick too, when you're doing a push-up, you don't want to be angled like that. You want the hips down, back straight, and then elbows at a 45-degree angle. You don't want them to be out too high. All right, so 25 push-ups. I'm going on my knees, don't judge me. Okay, ready? And go. Looking good, 5 left. Okay, that took 40 seconds. So your 40-second ISO can either be in the high plank, so hips down, belly button pulled in, high plank on your feet, or the advancement is your low, holding the ISO here, or on your feet, holding your ISO here, okay? I'm gonna do the advancement, but on the knees, okay? So for 40 seconds, ready, and go. Belly button pulled in. If it's too difficult, which for me I think it will be, then you just come down and then just kind of whirl your way back up to the top and then just get right back into it. Man, I might need to stay in the high plank. Last 10 seconds I'll go though. Okay, so my watch buzzed, so we have 10 seconds left. Here we go. All right, that is it with push-ups. Okay, we are on to the advanced, or not advanced, extended version. So if you have resistance bands and some way to anchor that band, these next three are for you. So with a resistance band, sometimes you can use a door anchor. So you put the door anchor, close the door, and then you've got a solid base anchor for your band movement. So for this first one, we're gonna do 50 tricep extensions, and then however long it takes to do that is how long we're holding the tricep ISO. And I might need to get lighter over here because man, my arms are toasty. Okay, 50 tricep extensions, upper arms are locked in place, extending all the way down, staying nice and strong here. Okay, 50, and here we go. Okay, I'm halfway. Tricep extension is one of the few movements where you can fully lock that elbow out. If you feel like your form's starting to falter, then take a break. Okay, 10 to go, I believe. My counting again might be a little bit off. 3, 4, 6, 10. Okay, that took me 1 minute and 10 seconds. It's a long time to hold on ISO for. So by all means, take a little break if you need. And on your ISO, you're going hands down by your hips, shoulders down and back. So no shrugging, no protracting of the shoulders. Okay, 1 minute 10, timer's going. And you don't want your hands to be resting on your butt or on your hips. You want to have them just down at your sides. If you can see that, okay. Nice strong upper back. If that's too easy, then just step back. If that's too challenging, step forward or go to a lighter band. I love working triceps because it is also a posture movement where it really forces your shoulders to stay down. So anything involving posture, getting the scapular stability, firing, that's what I'm all about. Shoulder blades, getting those muscles nice and strong back there. Woo. I am feeling the burn, even with this lighter band. Man. Wait for that buzz. There it is. Okay, we're gonna hold for 10 more seconds. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2. Boom. Okay. Bravo. Nicely done, you guys. Next band movement, if you've got one. This is one where you anchor chest height. First one we'll do is gonna be rows. And on this one, we're gonna go 25 with 1 foot forward, and then 25 with the other foot back. Just gonna angle this a little bit back, so you can see where my shoulders are. All right, so 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, shoulders down and back. So you wanna, see right now they're rounded, you want them down, and then you do your motion. Okay, so we're gonna go 25 here. And you wanna get those hands as close to your armpits as you can. Really pinch those shoulder blades together. I believe that's 25. Okay, we'll switch legs, switch sides. Big open chest, shoulders down and back. Don't overextend in the rib cage. And here we go. Okay, and I'm realizing that I failed to start my watch. So we're just gonna say it was 1:10, just like with our triceps. So on this one, we'll switch feet at 35. The reason why I have that staggered stance is it helps with balance, but it's also a nice little stretch for your back quad. Okay, so 35 seconds, switch sides. And this is the ISO, where you wanna get your hands really far back, shoulders down and back. You'll probably feel it maybe a little bit more in your biceps and forearms than you do in your back. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Biceps are the secondary mover on a row, so they are working. Okay, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then we're gonna switch sides. Same thing, shoulders down and back, holding that ISO. It's so easy to shrug on this. You don't want to shrug. Nice, strong upper back. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, last of the band movements. I am sweating. Last of the band movements, you're gonna get that band in the same spot, chest height. And then on this one, you're going to be doing flies. So it's the same that you did as with the staggered stance. So switching at 25 and getting all tangled up. Okay, here we go. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. If there's a tree in front of you, pretend like you're hugging that tree. So a very slight bend in the elbows. You don't want to be fully straight. And I'm actually gonna time myself on this one, okay? Ready, and here we go. Okay, halfway. We'll switch legs, get right into it since the timer's still going. Here we go. Woo, shoulders are firing. Almost there. Okay, 25. That took a minute. Minute and 7 seconds. I'm gonna round it up to a minute and 10 because that's how we've been rolling today. So your ISO, You could hold onto that resistance band fly ISO if you want. And on this one, you'll just bring your hands together. And then if that's too easy, then you step out. Or that's the easier version. Or we're back to the push-up ISO, where you're either in your high plank, knee plank, or low plank, or low plank. All right, so I'm gonna opt for the high plank, belly button pulled in, ready, minute and 10, set, go. This is the last movement here, guys. So finish strong, shoulders down and back, nice strong core. Man, tell you what, my shoulders, dude, so much shoulders. Ah. I got a little puddle of sweat over here. I might have to drop down to my knees just because I can feel my form faltering. Come on, watch. Almost there, almost there. Okay, 10 more seconds. Last time I go low. 10. You guys, brilliant work. ISO move. Feel free to do a second round if you got the energy for it. Don't forget to hydrate. Melissa and I like to suggest getting like a minimum of 90 ounces a day. If you're more active, then more than that, but it's good to stay hydrated.